Yo, 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 welcome everybody, man. Get on up in here. New podcast alert, man, and hit the flow. Respect the Game podcast, man. And I'm one half of the Respect the Game podcast, Real Spill, and my co-host right here, Big Boy News.
What it do, man. Thanks for having me over here, Real Spill.
And man, this is a joint effort. This is a group conglomerate, man. We are doing this together. What's the business, man?
Man, just cooling, man.
That's what's
Trying to
up.
figure
That's
out
what's
what
up.
kind of what good topics can we break down today. What you got for me, Real Spill?
Oh man, listen, if it's up to me, I want to talk about the current state of hip hop. I want to talk
Okay.
about what's going on that for the past few weeks, and I don't want to just jumbo it up together. So I'm gonna break it down. What you think about the Rick Ross album? That's the
Oh
first thing we
man.
want to get into.
Look, you look at the numbers, that album really flopped. I think he lost a lot of fan base, man.
He been missing from the music scene for a while. Did you take a listen at the album?
Yeah, I listened to it, but I like that old Rick Ross, man. That ain't what I like to hear. I like that old Rick Ross. So did you listen to the album?
I sure didn't. I'm not a Rick Ross fan, but I did listen to my boy Rizzo new single he dropped. You know, he's an
Okay.
independent artist out of that Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down. I did listen to. I've been following him. I haven't been. I stopped being a fan of Officer Williams when I found out he was a correctional officer. Way back a long time ago. So
Okay.
I haven't really been a fan to, but that doesn't mean I haven't heard it because he was dropping on a consistent basis, and it was good music. I can't take that away from him. He can rap. He's a good
Yeah, that's
artist.
something you can't take away from.
Yeah. So, but have I been like in tune to what comes out of his mouth other than a rap? No, I haven't been. I gotta be honest. And
Yeah.
when he disappeared, it didn't matter to me what nothing he did mattered to me because he wasn't rapping. But when he started back rapping, he do have a good single with French Montana and Max B. I will acknowledge that. But as far as getting into the actual album, I haven't listened to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he just been having so much personal, so many things. Okay, so the
The
first,
media killed him. I think you know what I'm
y-
saying. His baby mama
yeah,
slandering his name through the media, and that plays a big part too, man. In
in the
your day
overall.
career, your album sales, and you know what I'm saying, slandering your name and stuff all over the internet, man. It
Well,
turns some fake fans into I'm not your fan anymore.
well, because you're not the person you presented yourself to be. Because it's not about the slander, right? Because a woman will say anything, being hurt in her feelings, she'll come to the board to say a lot of stuff. Some of it may be true, some of it may not be true, and we can't dive into that more so than we can dive into your character, because your character is really is what's at display. Your
True.
display of your character, the things that you do, like when he went to the 85 South show and he sat down and then he left, that was kind of like that's fucked up. So
Yeah, you got to be professional when it comes to situations like that, though.
not only that, if you're in support of some people, just support the people. Don't make it about you. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
if
agree. I agree with that.
you didn't have a lot of time, you should have specified that to them. And you could have said, "Hey, I don't got a lot of time, man. So let's just kind of make it quick. Trying to wrap this up in about 30 minutes. I can push because I got other things to tend to." That's if you genuinely support someone. That's what it would have looked like to me. But what he did was something that looked very disingenuous and very condescending when it comes to the people that invited them into their space. You know, I don't think that you should do people like that if you genuine about your parents there, you know.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. Totally agree with that, man.
Because we could go and look at other things that he did. He done other podcasts. He didn't walk off on them.
He did some positive things too.
Well, yeah, because he did Drink Champs. He did.
Yeah,
He sat down with a few other major platforms. He didn't walk off on them. But you get to 85 South with the people that's exactly like the middle class people you cater to, and you sit down and just leave them high, hanging like that. That's not fair to me. If you're
yeah.
gonna give them a look, give them the right look. If you not, then keep your look to yourself. That's what I think. That's what's more damaging to him and his character, to me than anything else. The rest of the things his baby people say about him, you can kind of like overlook that because people be disgruntled all the time, and they just when they can't get their way,
Let's say
they have
anything.
yeah they have something to say. So it's like, all right,
Yeah,
whatever. Keep dropping the music. Don't pay that no mind. But when you start to do things, when you start to put those things out there, then I start to look at your character, like who you
yeah,
are as a person. And that to me is where I grade you, not what everybody else say. So that's part of a big part of the reason why his album tanked the way it did. Not only that, but the other forces that was against him, because 50 Cent been going at him for so long. It's hard to even pinpoint when that shit started.
you know
So
how
any
50 do. 50,
right,
hey, hey, 50 is a troll for real, man. He know
yes
how to
sir.
play the game, man.
He definitely know how to play the game, man. He play it well too. He
Yeah.
play the game well. So kudos to 50. And hopefully Rick Ross, I'm sure he got other investments, other things that he do that he don't have to mainly focus on music. So I think he'll be all right. But you know, he he finally descended to wood because that's what that album did. Wood.
It flopped, and
hmm So people say Future flop.
man, bruh, man, you seen the numbers on that, bruh?
I
Like
haven't, but I
that,
heard
man,
about it.
like number one, man. Man, Future got it, man. It's just like riding a bike. That man ain't gonna lose it, man. We talking about Future.
Right, 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 right. One of the most prolific artists in the last 10 years, can I say
I'm
10?
telling you, the numbers
Maybe
don't lie.
they don't lie. They do not
Numbers don't
lie.
lie. Men,
See,
women lie. Numbers don't lie.
and you got to acknowledge the numbers, even if you feel like they are some fluff.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we do know what we see, and we are seeing Future
all
is
you
in
all you can
in the
speak
top
on
five.
what you see.
Yeah, when it comes to the numbers, yes, sir. And also a big reason why Future maintained his success to me is because he stayed tapped in with the artists coming up.
So he tapped in with the culture, with the
Yeah,
youth.
yeah, yeah. You got to
Okay.
be able to weave in and out of them pockets. What I'm saying, with the up and coming, because that's what it's about. You have, in order to stay relevant, you have to keep up with what's coming up new, the new
The new
thing that's coming.
generation, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be tapped
So
in.
you
You
gotta
can't
stay, you
just
gotta be tapped in, man, with the youth and everything what goes on. So basic Future, he versatile.
He can go in any pocket. He can go with the new school. He can go with the middle school, and he can go to high school with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he come from like a musical background, like with the Dungeon Family, so he can
Yeah.
tap into all the pockets he need to tap into to get the traction he need. And plus, Future don't do no. You don't see him. He's not as accessible as you know everyone else because he understands that accessibility is could be his downfall also. Because Future ain't might I don't think Future perfect. I'm sure he do some shit, some disparaging things that we don't see. because he's not filming everything and he's not explaining himself about every situation he see himself in.
Yeah. So he ain't making himself known to the public like that all the time. He ain't in the media. He ain't want to be in the spotlight
He speak when he need to say something.
when it's
And when he
time to
speak
speak.
right, and when he speak on that, he's speaking very direct to where he's not coming back to explain himself. When everybody was saying fuck the streets, Future said nothing.
Nothing.
That ain't my business. Just keep him out of the negative backlash that come with, certain things that's going on around,
He
the
ain't
hip
want to
hop
be
community
involved at all with that. Nothing.
at all. At all. Don't even ask me. You ask me off camera. Right? I don't want to put nothing out to the public where they have to pick a side.
That's real. That's real.
Future is conducting himself like Michael Jackson would. Mike didn't make himself available for everybody. So he maintains his star power. If Future tweeted something right now, that should go viral because he haven't tweeted in years or months or whatever. It's just been a long time since we heard from Future outside of this album that he just dropped.
Okay. So basically, you saying whatever he tweet, he gonna go viral. That's how
Because
much
people,
power he got.
yeah, because you don't hear him speak often.
Okay.
Let's look at the people we hear speak often. A lot. Rick Ross. Rick Ross talk a lot.
He do.
He come through with the explanations. I mean, it ain't an explanation, but he try to make it seem as if he's above what everybody else is saying. And when you when you when you respond in that manner, you don't know your core fan base is middle class people, poor people. So now you saying you above us. Now we looking at you like, nigga, you ain't who you think you is. We're the reason you're there. Jay-Z don't talk a lot. When he come out, when he perform, Madison Square Garden sold out 3 nights
They gonna be there.
because he don't perform. He's not as accessible. He don't speak a lot. When he do an interview, that shit go through the roof because he don't talk a lot
When he speak, he speak, and people listen.
and people listen. And he's not explaining himself or even acknowledging certain things that going on if it ain't in a performative aspect. He used his talent to respond to that shit that people say about him. A perfect example is the Roots picnic. His freestyle. It responded to everybody that had something that had a big enough voice that said something bad or negative or disparaging about him and what he represents. And then he moved the fuck on,
So he
right?
just put it in the music.
Not even music that's available to purchase. It's only you're able to look at it because it's on YouTube. He didn't put it out there. He responded during the performance with his talent. He allowed people to film it and put it out there, and it went viral. That's him giving what that's him giving back to the people because people got paid off that shit.
Yeah, yeah. They got paid.
He gave the people something. He gave a podcast or something to talk about. He gave a tweet or something to tweet about. The influence or something to influence about. And people don't look at that as a direct contribution because they don't think to the level to that understanding of life. You understand?
So since we're still in the music industry, man, what you think about the Yellow Beezy case, man, and how they trying to put the music, involve the music into the case?
I think. I think they. I think when you want to know my honest answer.
Man, hey, let's just keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Respect the
cause I could.
game.
Okay, listen. When prosecutors resort to using music, it's because they lack that physical evidence.
Mm, mm.
If I had the physical evidence, I don't care nothing about that rap. But if I don't have it, and I need to tell a story, then I have to pull from the rap because you
Oh,
tell the
okay.
story in the music. But in Yellow Beezy case, it's not direct evidence at Yellow on for Yellow Beezy because those lyrics aren't going back to the jury when it's time for deliberation.
So you
That's
don't think them
that's
lyrics gonna play no part
well,
in the case?
it does. It plays a part in the overall story that the prosecution is trying to convey to the jury. That's the part the music play. But when they say, okay, it's time for the jury to go back and deliberate, when they rest their case on both sides,
Yeah.
and the jury go back to the back and they put all the evidence together, they're gonna say, nah, put them rap lyrics to the side. Go with what the because they're not tendering it as evidence. They're calling it uh, 44B evidence. And that's, I think, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm not a jailhouse lawyer. I'm just kind of getting the understanding from what they said. They said
Yeah.
that those lyrics, they titled it, and the definition was meaning that it wasn't evidence that goes back to the jury. It's just evidence that we need to use to paint the picture or tell the story. That's why they're using the music. They're to paint the picture, to tell the story. They're not it's not going back to the jury. Like when the jury go deliberate, they're not gonna be reading over the lyrics. They're gonna go back with the physical evidence that the prosecution tendered as evidence against Yellow Bees. And I don't know what that is right now because I only made it as far as like them playing music and stuff, and trying to break down what the music meant with the detective that they had on the stand.
So you're just trying to break down the music, trying to understand what the detectives got out the music.
Right. Because the detective is the one who's telling the story.
From his
Because
point
we
of view.
want to
You feel what I'm
hit from his
saying?
yeah, from the investigative point of view, like, okay, well, they said I got this information, and then I traced this back to this song, and then this song said, and then I that confirmed this statement. So I went and looked into the you see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's an investigation, bro. And they just telling the story. And I don't know if people understand that when it comes to law, that and anytime you see a trial, the prosecution is telling a story. The story could be a complete lie. They'll tell you this man over here, all he ever did was, bad things. But in reality, like, what are you saying? That's all he ever did. You hear me? Like that, the prosecution will trick you to believe that that is all this man ever did was do bad things. So meantime, time he started walking, he been doing bad stuff. But the man never did, and he never did anything. You've been tracking this man his whole life. No, they haven't.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about this man. All they know is he's on trial for this bad thing. But they want you to believe that if they could sell it to you, if they could sell that he's a bad person to the jury,
That's
then
all
the
they
jury
need.
will see it. That's what they'll see it that way. So, but you think the fans should stop supporting them? You think they
No,
should turn
nah,
their
nah,
back
nah,
on LB?
nah. Man, that's when he needs you the most, man. When he up against situations like this, he need the fans the most. That's what I
But
think. Feel what I'm saying?
that's almost like a drug dealing cousin. Like you gonna stop fucking with your cousin? He ain't did nothing, made some money and shit. You was supporting him when you had your hand out, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I think we shouldn't over condemn, you know,
Yeah.
victim publicly before we see everything that's presented against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we should be fair uh, in certain situations. In certain situations that's going on, like the little boy that unalived the little girl, David, the David guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people should support him. Remove all support from him
Man, it's a
because
lot.
he was that
It's a
was
lot of cases around here lately, bro. It's crazy. This world is turned into demons, bro.
yeah, they are. And but to say an entertainer is directly connected to a lot of these things that go on, you can give them their part because the the music you put out it enters people's spirit, especially if you speak into a certain group of people. It's almost like going to church hearing the pastor talk.
Yeah,
You start to feel something in your spirit. You start to hear them perform those classic um, church songs, and
yeah,
you just get the spirit get in you, and you gotta move. You gotta praise the Lord. You gotta give Him His. It works the same way in the other realm too. You hear that music, the entertainer is speaking to specifics, a location, and a dynamic and the group of people that he's talking to, and situations he's talking about. It's getting in a spirit. You see what I'm saying? And it keep
yeah.
that shit going. That's the part I think the music play a lot of the
It,
time.
it got a big influence over your ears, man. People
Yeah,
listen to it
yeah,
and
yeah.
they believe the rapper. Oh, believe he should shoot up a house. The rapper probably ain't never shot up a house, but he got in the song
Probably never.
drilling in your head, believing hell I can go shoot up this house and it is cool.
Yeah. And then if the rapper that you look up to is telling you these things, then it's law. So I can't tell a young nigga not to, right? Because I'm
Yeah,
not talking to both sides. If I'm directly speaking to my young that's around me, I can't tell him not to. I can't tell him not to do it because that other group, they're listening. They're doing that shit. So I have to instill in him the awareness, the what, how to be aware and how to survive. I can't, I can't force him to be a dilly out here like da da da. You hear me? I can't force
hmm
that. I can't put that on him because I'm doing more damage harm than I'm doing good because I know what he's up against. It's different when you don't know if you don't know if you don't understand what they're up against. Then you'll be like, oh,
are you all going in
resolution.
now, bro?
You hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to condemn the folks. You want to kind of give them a solution to 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 whatever they're going through, and it's not always violence. You know, you don't always have to give them the solution of violence. You can give them a solution to escape the thing as a whole. But you know how people do it. They feel like if they disconnect from it, it'll go away. Or as long as it don't bother them, they don't care. But this shit is if you have kids, you got children out here, they're involved with that. because they're in tune with what's going on right now. So you
They in
gotta
tune. They in
kind of
tune with
care.
the music.
You have
So
to. Yeah, they in tune with what's going on in their neighborhood, what's going on in their high school. Because because people that's doing this the most are the high schoolers and the middle schoolers.
so basically, what you saying?
Those
We
are the
need to
ones
watch.
that's
We
out.
need to watch what the kids listen to these days.
No, because I got a NBA young boy fanatic live in my house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He know the difference though.
Okay.
I talk to him. We had talks. I let him know that's not real. Yeah, it's consequences for that. And then like being directly affected by situations that, just growing up and understanding that, it's certain family members that disappear for a while and they come back. I gotta tell them where they been because you know enough to you know
Yeah. You can understand it.
you
You at the
you
age
can't.
right now.
Yeah, yeah. And even like years ago, he was like, even when we think kids don't know certain things, you ask them questions and just get their natural response. They'll know more than you about a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's deep right there,
They'll know a
man.
lot more than you. But you have to be able to communicate. You have to not
Listen.
be trying to push your line so much. Just listen and receive what they're saying as opposed to fighting against what they say. It's a job. It takes patience because sometimes you get mad, but you don't want to express that anger and run them away from you. I don't never want you to think you can't come tell me something, talk to me about something. But it's just parenting, bro. I don't have all the answers. I just try things.
Yeah, that's all you can do, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
just be
got to try.
practicing,
That's
bro.
the
And
main thing.
I practice with a good heart and good intentions. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't, mislead or misguide or misdirect somebody. You know what I'm saying? Into a situation I don't want them because wrong thing go down with the wrong kid. Shit, the uncles and daddies that get involved. And I hear it is you in a situation because the uncles and daddies then got involved, right?
Yeah.
Because you know how you feel about certain cousins and nieces and nephews. Like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't let y'all get away with that, right? So you just gotta, try to do as much prevention as you can and hope that they can make the best decision that's good for them. And if they make a bad decision, don't condemn them for that neither. Try to understand where did you get that from? Why did you do that? What was you
Try,
thinking?
try to
Because that's
find an
what in
understanding.
order to, yeah, in order to understand, you have to, ask the questions, and receive the answers. You have to receive, because a lot of times they don't be thinking. They don't be thinking, man. And this is why I do the talking or had the discussions and had the conversations because I want to plant seeds to where you think about it later.
Yeah.
You're supposed to plant little seeds like something that people do. Like watch this. Like look, um, the what look, you see them two? That ain't gonna last long. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when they do fall apart, he gonna come tell me. He say you was right. It didn't last long. How you know that? Now they interested in how could you foresee something like that? You have to show the youngins that you do have some wisdom to run to.
So another
If
topic
not,
I want to touch on, man. Why do
oh
you
my
think the
bad. I
YNs?
keep going.
Why do you think the YNs don't respect the older folks these days?
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole too. That's it's a lot of different reasons. because a lot of times the older guys are in competition with the white,
Oh, okay.
right? So when that happens, um, they don't listen. They try to act like they try to push their line on the young niggas, and young niggas ain't going. Cause the young niggas on what they own right now. You just have to respect the person for where they at. Like, remember when you was there, and just maneuver around that shit how you did when you was younger, but better because you got advanced knowledge. But people don't use they. A lot of these older guys, man, they so far in their feelings, and they want to be, revered in such high regard when they don't even deserve it.
Yeah.
You think you
I,
something, and
yeah,
you try to,
I think the white
you know,
end smell bullshit too.
and that's what I was getting to.
Mm-hmm. I think they smell
You get
bullshit.
it, yeah, you got your head all high in the sky, high and mighty ass nigga. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how them young niggas thinking like, man, you ain't even
Yeah.
got enough for me to take from
Yeah.
you. Cause if you did, I'd take it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Or like, just don't get. But then you got them, then the older niggas that they get beside themselves, and then the youngest don't know one way, and that the way they know is the way you know you're not gonna want to receive. Yeah. All that is about be safe out here, man. Know what you're doing.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta know.
Yeah, man. But see, but see, a lot of older guys, they already put them in a bad light. They already got them set in a bad space. So when they see him, they already frowning up at the young. You know what I'm saying? Hey, young nigga, he the one around here. Nigga, why you telling people I'm the one around here doing anything? Now who are you? Huh? Who are you not? You're tattletale.
Mm.
Don't tell something. Can't trust OG. OG out here running their mouth. Talk about we the ones around. We ain't did nothing. Even if we did do it, nigga, don't be saying it, but just treat them folks like they humans, like you wanted to be treated when you was young. Give them something to eat on. You know what I'm saying? Give them something for their brain, some food for thought. You know what I'm saying? You can't try to strip away one thing and not provide something in its place, right?
Yeah, I agree.
If you're gonna condemn one thing, if they say, hey, the young folks out here saying, forget the presidential election, we don't want to involve ourselves, because y'all already, if they had that ideology, then what we need to do is put our own system in place and within that community so they can see it and they can see it working. That's another problem. A lot of them guys condemning, they're not putting anything there in place of,
So,
right?
so
So
basically, so
who are
basically, what
you to
you
tell
saying,
me?
so basically, what you saying, hell, you got to show the youth. You just can't tell them. They want you to show it to them.
Right. Well, they want you to definitely be an example, but they also want you to provide something else to do outside of the shit that they're doing. That's gonna put them in a better situation financially, mentally. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mm. Yeah, I
I had to
understand.
grow, I had to get older to understand how to be somebody's friend. I didn't just know that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I had to grow to understand how to recognize a person being my friend. So they don't know that shit, but you have to be that, or you have to put that in place for them so they could understand that, hey, this shit he talking about do work because I see him doing that shit over there. No, don't go over there fucking with that because that shit righteous shit, right?
Yeah.
But trying to do it for like how people try to do stuff just to say they did it and it's an acknowledgement. It's not genuine. They just, well, I did this and I did that. Like, don't throw it back in people's faces. It's almost like they say in Cali, I don't got to tell my story. My enemies will tell it for me. You
Facts.
hear me?
Facts.
So I don't have to say it. But during my me give allowing my presence, showing my presence here, eventually you're gonna see the people come up to me and say, "Hey, man, I respect that what you're doing, what you got going on." You're gonna see it, and somebody else gonna say it genuinely, organically. You don't have to push it. You don't have to push a line. The line you already pushing is established. So people that see it is gonna acknowledge it and acknowledge you for doing so. But a lot of us, we want we want to we want to throw that out there back in people's face. Like, 'cause if you did a shoe giveaway and I took my baby there, that don't mean I couldn't buy my baby no shoes. I just showed up at your event and supported your event. Yeah, I got the shoes because that's what you was doing. But that don't mean I couldn't. But when you start to say it like, yeah, I gave all these nigga kids shoes around here, nigga, I'm the. So now you got me looking at you like, nigga, you ain't shit. I could have bought them shoes, nigga. Matter of fact, I bought her a pair right after because I ain't even like the shit you gave away. Now I'm starting to condemn what you do. So now I don't hit the same. But that's just
So basically, you
that's just a
saying
game
motherfuckers
for a
just do
lame man.
shit off spite. So when they get mad, they want to bring it to the light.
They throw it in your face.
They ain't doing it off the heart. Genuine, being a genuine person.
Nah, nah. They're not. It's not genuine, and that's why it's not respected and revered the way they want it to be. And they have to acknowledge that for themselves. I can't be the one to tell them that because that means you gonna lash out, and I don't. I'm just here with the message. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to the person to acknowledge his wrong. I have to acknowledge the error in my ways in order to correct them and be a better example of what to and what to not to do. And I ain't perfect. I do, I slap the shit out of bitch. You know what I'm saying? I slap the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't perfect though. I ain't say I'm perfect. But I know what that, leave me up, I ain't perfect, bro. But I do know better. And as long as I know better, I'ma do better. You hear me?
But you know what I'm saying? That's good that you admit that you know you wrong. There was some people they know they're wrong and they won't admit it. Sometimes, man, you gotta look in the mirror
Oh,
yourself, evaluate yourself, bro.
yeah. We all need to. Every week, at least once a week, you need to be like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Because shit be happening, you know, and you'll let so much time go past doing the wrong shit and thinking you doing the right thing. You'll get caught up in trying to defend the wrong shit, right? If you ain't never stop and do a personal check, what I'm saying, check myself. It's the old Ice Cube song. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Hmm.
That was real game from way back then. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But we heard it though.
Gotta
You ain't
respect the
acknowledge it
game.
till later on in life. You got to. Because the
Got to.
game, boy, game always is omnipresent. It's always there. The game will bless you just as well as, you know, everything else. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be righteous and respect the game. Like good and bad. When bad shit happen, when certain things happen that don't go my way, I don't complain about it. I just try to figure out what I did wrong and how could I do it right next time. Or but I have to acknowledge what happened. And then I just move on. It's not about who was right or wrong in the situation because nobody was wrong. Except for me, because I
Yeah.
allowed myself into that shit. If I never participated, you can never say anything about me or about nothing I did. But I participated. So that's what happened.
So you
But that's not a
played in the
representation.
game.
Right. But that's not a representation of who I am. That's more of a representation of who they are. Because I'm going to do the adjustment and I'm going to act in that. And I said what I said. And I'm still going in my path that I'm creating for myself. You see what I'm saying? So none of that shit old news now, you know? And people
But
don't look at shit like that. They don't look at it like, man, I'm way past that. I've gotten over a lot of shit, a lot of heartbreak. a lot of pain. I done pushed past a lot more worse shit, you know. So this is nothing, and this is what people need to understand for themselves too. Like you got to understand, like man, that ain't nothing, bro. Just whatever it is you're trying to do that. But a lot of times that be people don't really have nothing to do but that. That's their thing. So you gotta love them for that, even if it is against you. Like, cause that shit don't affect you unless you allow it to. So just love them niggas on the
What
real.
don't kill you make you stronger though.
Yeah. And what you don't acknowledge can't really have no effect on you.
That's some game there.
So, I just be trying to do right, man. I seen enough negativity, been through enough negative shit, and I know the effects of the negativity. You hear me? And don't
Yeah,
nobody. I don't. I didn't come here to be a disruption in nobody's household unless your girlfriend like you. Then respect the game on that. But I ain't here to disrupt nobody what they got going on. So I don't feed into the shit that try to disrupt what I got going on. And
for real. So
yeah, but yeah, man, hit the like button on y'all way in here, man.
man, double tap the like button, man. Double tap the screen. Share the
Yeah,
live.
Big gonna put the cash app up. We gonna put the cash app so y'all can support us, man, and we can, do what we need to do to get in the same location and do this shit for real. We got a lot of plans, you know what I'm saying? But we need some finance to advance, you know what I'm saying, the program. So, you help us out, we're gonna put it towards the show and we're gonna do more. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of the game getting in me. Don't mind me. I know my words rhyming and shit. Yeah, it's the spirit of the game, that's all. But yeah, big. What else you got on the board, man?
Man, we want to touch on that note on Wells, man. Heard some new updates within the case.
Man, I seen the video so disturbing.
Which
And I
one?
said, which one did you see?
I seen the one where we had washed up to the island.
I seen the actual altercation.
Oh yes, I saw that video too. Of the twin brothers, one of the twin brothers.
I ain't not that one. I seen the actual altercation Nolan was in, and I saw
Well,
them filming it.
break it down and
They
give them the game.
the man, from the point I caught it, it was already going on. The man grabbed Nolan, took him over his head, and slammed him down onto the sand. And the way Nolan landed is almost like he landed on his neck, almost,
Ooh,
and he was laid out flat. And I'm not sure because the video loops, it loops and loops, but it looks like he did it again. He picked him up and slammed him again. I believe on that first initial, I think that took his life. I think that the impact from that took his life, and they threw him in. They didn't know what. They kind of panicked, and they threw his ass in the water, and that's fucked up. If that if that video that I saw is is a real video,
well,
yeah,
definitely if that's the right video, that sums up about probably what happened.
it
You
looks,
know,
yeah, because okay, so yeah, it does. It sums up what happened. The only problem I have believing this video is it appears to have happened that night. And everybody was on that island in the daytime. That's the only skepticism that I have about that video.
it
But it
was a
don't look AI.
Well, they can make that shit look so good, bro. I'm telling you. But
It's not. I don't think it's AI. I don't know. I don't know though, bro. I don't know. But if that becomes the official video, that explains a lot. It explains a lot. It explains why you don't see any, bruising or punctures, or because you died on impact from a wrestling move, you know. And to me, it seemed like y'all just threw him in the water after that
yeah, so I
and
heard
tried
was
to say
some.
he drowned.
So you heard the new news about who got the cell phone?
Mm-mm.
They said the mother didn't go get the cell phone. They said her friend went and got the cell.
So it's the mom's friend, but the mom. Okay, so the mom probably didn't want to pull up, but she was probably
You know what I'm saying? Still
emotional at the time.
emotional. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
I
do
think
make
she was.
sense though.
Yeah, y'all go get it. Cause if I go over there, you know what I'm saying? If I go over there, so yeah, that kind of makes sense for her friend to go over there and grab it. And but what don't make sense with the cell phone is the deletion of a material on the cell phone after the incident,
Yeah, yeah. When they
right after the
deleted the
time of death.
Snapchat.
He didn't delete that. He was
Nah, he,
already passed
he
away.
he was already dead, so somebody had to delete it.
Yeah, somebody, of course, somebody deleted it.
That's why I don't
That
understand how they
information.
can't
I'm sure.
track down the timeline from his
I'm
death.
sure it's text messages in that phone.
Yeah,
If you got if you got a man that's been presumed, well, okay, so let's say I think they say they found him the next day. He's in the water, decomposing starts as soon as the heart stopped beating and the brain stopped functioning. So they found the body hours later. It wasn't even a full 24 hours. It was maybe like the next day. So decomposition couldn't have set in that bad during the first autopsy.
that's what I'm. That's a lot of red flags with that story, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah,
how
and they trying to sweep it.
they're doing it. It's crazy how they're doing it.
They're
Trying
trying
to
to
sweep a
sweep
lot
it.
of things under the rug.
Yeah. They want to direct the attention to now they're the victims, they're hurting too. I heard that, a part of the interview where the boy said, we're hurting too. What? Nigga? So you want us to stop you, so if you're hurting, you should want to do something about it. You should want to be some assistance to what happened to your friend, you say your best friend, So it just missed me with the bull crap. You know what I'm saying? I've lost friends too. And I didn't act like you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't act the way you acting. And that's the thing, like they trying to act like they're the only ones that had this experience before and we should be, you know, kinder to them when nowadays you got people doing all kind of saying all kind of stuff about, the dead homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to act like we don't care about your sensitive nature. No, nigga, answer these questions, and then don't go on no show with no person that's gonna pacify you and offer you excuses and that you could run with to make you look in a better light.
Yeah,
Come holler at me and Big Boy.
yeah. Moni left you a question in the chat for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how decomposing work. Like, I see a dead body, I'm probably leaving. So I'm not there to see if how the decomposition is setting in.
Ain't
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
not
wait that
sticking
long.
around. Yeah, I'm not sticking around. I'm out of there. But Yeah, I don't know, Moni. It probably was. I'm sure it was burning up. But he was out there overnight, and being out there by the water on the water, it cools off pretty good, during the nighttime. So I don't know, baby. Don't give me the line to you. I just want to know what happened.
That's what
I want the
everybody
people
want
that's
to know.
responsible. I want
Justice.
the people that's responsible to be held accountable. That's what I want. The rest of that shit, I don't care nothing about. That's for the scientists and
Oh,
them,
oh, she
you
trying to
know.
say that said the heat speeded up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, but I can't say whether it was hot or cold. You know what I'm saying? I know it's summertime, and I have been on the water, and I have been on the water at night. I do know it cools off. It's a very um different feel at night. Like you might put a sweater on, even if it is summertime. You got to think you are on the water, and it cools off out there, and the breezes out there. It drops the temperature pretty good. Even though the water may be warm, you know, during the day because the sun is beating on the water, so the water gonna be warm. I
So
don't
what
know,
they
man.
say? What they say the cause of death?
They didn't say.
The autopsy.
The autopsy, the one the information that we got, the autopsy that was performed by the independent medical examiners,
Yeah.
they can't draw any conclusion because the body was already tampered with. So where they would look for water in his lungs, that was already removed. The throat was already removed. Um, the organs wasn't positioned where they supposed to be because they took the organs out and just dumped the organs back in the body and sold it up. Right?
So what? So where is
They did
Mississippi autopsy at?
they haven't released it yet
Well, why?
because if they release it, they'll provide information that will start an investigation. That's what I believe.
Man, they gotta release those, man, because as a parent, man, I ain't finna let it go down like that. Cause I want to know the truth.
Yeah, as a parent, you're gonna always push for truth regarding your child. You're gonna that's what you're gonna do as a parent. But as a parent, if you don't have any influence within that place or that city or state you in, you might as well. It's almost like swinging at the air, like punching in the air. They don't have to acknowledge you. You don't have no power. You are nobody. You hear me? So they
Yeah,
don't have to acknowledge you. And that's how they treat that family and all respect it. I know what that looked like. I've been in situations where it was my word against theirs. And they don't lean to your side. They make excuses for the other side. That's what they do. So they're not gonna never acknowledge that family, and especially when it's their own kind on the line. Their own kind on the line.
that makes sense.
They protect each other like we should protect each other. It don't matter if I know him or not. He ain't do it, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep him from being held accountable. That's how they look at it. And people unfortunately buy into it. I don't, are they gonna have a court case at all? I don't think
That,
so. Not right now. I don't think so.
well, they something gonna have to do. They're gonna have to do something. Uh,
Yeah, first you have to first start to lock up people and hold them accountable for that little part that they play. And when it comes to when you're dealing with those people, they don't like blemishes on their record. So they'll start to talk, right? They'll start to
yeah,
give their side because of what they seen, because they don't want to be, you know, they don't want none of that on their record or whatever. So I think if they start locking people up for the little minimal stuff, like it's some adults there, they were drinking, lock them adults up for providing alcohol to minors, all of them,
so they said no one was drinking out there.
him and his friends,
But at first, I said they said they
locked the.
don't do nothing.
Well, is that something? I mean, look at it, like really, is that really something?
No, but
That
you
ain't really
know
nothing. It
that
ain't
lets
really
you
the
that tell
abuse
you
of
that
it.
that's different.
Yeah, but he too young to be a fucking alcoholic. He drinking like everybody else was drinking on holiday on that island. All of them was drinking.
Everybody.
So first, lock up every person over the age of 21 that was there, because we don't know who provided the alcohol to them, but we know one of y'all had to do it because they didn't go in the store and buy it. All right, lock up the parent for you providing the boat for them to have the alcohol on it. I'm locking everybody up. Everybody go to jail. So jail will be full,
Somebody bought
but they
that.
don't want to do that. Somebody bought that alcohol, them beers. Somebody bought them beers.
Yeah, somebody bought the beer.
Yeah, somebody did, and I'm gonna hold all y'all accountable. Every
Anybody
adult that
over
was
there
there, because
21, over 21, is
anybody
accountable.
over 21 is going to jail. Any one of y'all. And I don't think none of Nolan friends, like direct friends that he was in a picture with, I don't think none of them over the age of 21.
You start slapping them handcuffs on them, somebody gonna start talking.
Yeah, you gonna get some answers then.
You gonna get some answers.
But
You gonna get some straightening.
so now, yeah, so now it's whether you want the answers or not.
Now we're at this
Y'all
point.
coming in, man, hit the like button. Do
Double
you
tap the
want the
screen,
answers?
double tap the screen.
I don't think they want the answers, big. People be they'd have been locked up.
It'll be
Somebody,
like that. Somebody for something.
somebody been locked up. So we gonna keep an eye on the situation, man. It's more and more information coming out by the day.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
stay
gonna
on
stay
that
tapped
topic.
in with it. Yeah, man, we gonna tap in with the people we know, putting the truth out there on the board, or putting the information on the board that they receiving, and we're gonna bring y'all the news on that, when we get a chance. But it's been an hour, man. It's been an hour. It's time to land this ship, man. It's time to land the plane, man. On respect the game, man.
Yeah, Respect the Game
So
podcast, man. We're looking forward during the week. We're gonna do a little chopping up the topics during the week. Y'all look forward, tap in, support the movement. Take our
and the
spill.
game is infinite and unlimited. The game is infinite and unlimited. No matter where you look in your life, there's always a game to be applied. So don't ever deny the game, man. Respect the game, man. Hope all y'all out there live as long as y'all want and get what y'all want as long as y'all live. That's it. We're gonna end it on that note. Peace and love.